Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Laura. Hi, hello. Today we are just going to do I think it's my third update in my brush declutter series, and I don't know how many more of these we're going to do, but this month was a very successful and good month of like purging my brush collection. Now I have a lot of makeup brushes. I did do the Morphe like brush subscription thing for a couple years, I think 2 years. I've accumulated a lot of brushes because of it, and a lot of them I didn't end up using, or I've gifted them away, and I've just kept a plethora of them. So this was a very successful month of what I decided to keep and what I've decided to get rid of. A couple brushes I am decluttering based on what I pulled in to focus on this month, and I realized that I'm not going to use these. So we're going to talk about those in a second. So we're just going to start with foundation brushes. So I had 3 foundation brushes in this rotation of brushes to test out. Mainly, I was testing these 2 out to see if I wanted to keep them because I like this brush. These both are Morphe. They were fine for like applying cream blush, but I can just tap cream blush out with my finger or a sponge and then just blend it a little bit further out with my foundation brush, which is what I like to do. These brushes don't serve a purpose for me. This 444 one is far too little and dense. I do not like this. Maybe for primer it would be good, but I am not on that level of using a brush for my primers. So this one is going away. Also, this M457, this is fine. I think it would work best with like a tinted moisturizer, but if I'm gonna apply tinted moisturizer, I'm using my hands. So it's going away too. But I am keeping my Morphe E6. This is just a flat top foundation brush. I really like this. I like the E series, the Elite series of brushes that have this kind of coloring of the bristles. I like this series of brushes, I think, the most out of my Morphe ones. Then I have a couple brushes that I thought maybe could be used for like setting powder or bronzer. And I have 1 Morphe and 1 Crown brushes. I'll start with the Morphe one. This is the M553. This brush sheds. Something with the Morphe like natural hair brushes, I think these are natural hair, like the black bristle ones, they tend to really shed on me, and they tend to be pretty scratchy on me. So this one shed and was a little bit like abrasive on my skin, so I am getting rid of this one. And then my Crown brushes, this is the C320 Precision Powder Brush. Same thing with this one. I don't think it scratched me, but it was definitely, it left bristles all over my face. So this one is going to be saying goodbye as well. I didn't roll this in the declutter, but when I was pulling brushes to accompany these, I don't remember what I was using this one for, but I pulled my Morphe M106, and it has the same like black bristles. This sheds on me like crazy, so this one I don't have time to deal with shedding brushes. So I pulled 3 highlighting brushes. So I saw in the comments of my last brush declutter video, my friend Danny suggested that I try these as blush brushes because that's how she uses them, and I did try it with I think both of them. I know for sure this one, I didn't like it for that. I like a pretty strong blush, so this wasn't my kind of thing for blush, but I did appreciate trying it for that. They're just not for me. I don't like fan brushes. So I'm going to see if my mom wants these because I know she's getting into highlight now, but I am keeping this one. I did put like these 2 brushes in because I know I like these ones. And I have a ton of like eye brushes. I'm going to talk about my eyeliner brushes first. Now, the first one I'll talk about is not one that I actually included in my brush declutter video. I noticed that this brush in particular was just getting frayed at the bristles, and I'm not about that. I have other ones in my collection that aren't frayed and work better. I had 7 brushes in my last update to kind of see and test through and see if I like them. So what I've decided is right for the time being, I'm keeping these 4 and I'm decluttering these 3. So I'm going to talk about these declutters. There was nothing really wrong about this one. This was the M165. It makes a nice brow brush. The ferrule's just wobbly. The next one is the unnamed one from that set from my first round, and it's just a little bit frayed and a little bit too big. And honestly, if I'm gonna pick an angled brush like this, I'm gonna pick my Sigma E65. And then another one, this one is just too thick to use as an eyeliner, but it's too soft to use in my brows because I have pretty like thick, coarse brows, so I need something with a little bit of like density to it. I just want color in my brows, and I need something dense and almost rough to kind of deposit the color there. The ones that I'm keeping, I really wanted to see if I liked these brushes, and I do like them. This one was from my first round of brush declutter. This is an unnamed, just flat liner brush, and then this one is the Y21 flat brush, both Morphe. I don't know if I prefer one over the other. The unnamed one is a little bit more flexible, whereas this one is a little bit almost like firmer. That's how he described that. And then my E65 by Sigma, she's staying, she's lovely. And then I have this Morphe E11. I liked this for my brows out of all of them. It was a little bit rougher, but I wanted to see if I like this in the brows, and I do. I used it almost every day I did my makeup. I had a couple more eye brushes. The first is the M333. I can't get down with how like big and fat and chunky this guy is. I don't know how to really get around using this. And then I am actually just going to get rid of all of the natural hair brushes. I like them. They just end up being a little rougher on my eye area, and at the end of the day, you need to treat that skin with so much respect because it's so thin that I don't have time to scratch my eyes. Like, it's not happening. I have so many other blending brushes that are soft and wonderful that I don't need these. I have 4 brushes here that for one way or another, I just decided I don't need them. The first is one of the brushes that I really like the style of. It is a similar one to this Morphe one that I just decided to keep. The reason why I'm not keeping this one is it's a little bit rougher on my skin. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's like definitely like kind of like exploded a little bit. This one being rough, I'd rather reach for this one. It was a nice brush, it was lovely. I got a lot of use out of it, but it scratches. And again, I don't have time to deal with scratchy brushes. Another one, I don't think I've ever used this. It's the Morphe E47, and now like thinking about it, I was gonna try to make this one work. This is the E55. I used this one today, and I just don't like these flat contour brushes. Too much work for what these are. The only way that I feel like I would use this is like right under the lip as a lower lip like contour. And I can use a blending brush for that. And then when I was doing my eyeliner today, I actually used this Sigma brush. This is an E05 eyeliner brush. And I got this one years ago when I purchased like a couple other brushes. And this was just like a free gift with purchase. And I did my eyeliner today. I don't like it. It's too thick for what I want. I ended up getting a pretty crisp wing, but it definitely needed more finessing, and I don't have time to like deal with this. And that led me to, I pulled this one out, and then after using that Sigma one, I was like, there's no way. So this is a Morphe E37. That is this guy here. And I don't know if you'll be able to see, this Sigma brush, the pink one, is definitely more pointed. This one here, there is no way that I would get a good line with this Morphe one. This one is just, Okay, so out of 19 brushes that I was testing last month, I'm getting rid of 13 out of just the ones that I pulled to test. Now, 13, then I am getting rid of 20 brushes that I am not gonna use. This is crazy, like 20 brushes, 20. Out of that rotation, I'm keeping 6 brushes out of the initial, like, what was that, 17, 19 brushes. Getting rid of 20 brushes, which is insane, in my opinion. That's just insane. And then what I'm going to work with this month. So I don't think that this series is going to go on for too much longer. My brushes are becoming a little bit more curated, which is really was the point of this. So I think probably in June is going to be like my last kind of like thing, maybe July. I haven't really decided. I was trying to pick through eye brushes today to kind of include in this, and I realized like eye brushes, I really just like to kind of fluctuate and like be able to grab what I want. There were some like face complexion brushes that I wanted to kind of work through. First one is the Morphe E12. I just don't know how I feel about this shape of foundation brush. And then another flat top, this is a Morphe M6. I know I like these kind of brushes, so I want to include this kind of style in when I'm testing a foundation brush to see which one I like more. As far as complexion brushes go, first I have this Morphe R1. I do like this line of brushes from Morphe too. They have like the rose gold ferrules, but I'm gonna use this one as my powder brush just to see if this one sheds. Today, didn't notice anything, so we're gonna just continue to test this one out and see. Then I have a couple blush bronzer kind of brushes, and those are these guys here. This is what I used today to kind of blend out that ridiculous contour. This is the Morphe R, the lettering has rubbed off. If I can find it on the website, I will put it on the screen over here, but yeah. So far, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then I have two blush brushes. These ones, I want to test this black brush out. This is the M104 by Morphe. And then this is the PK4. They're like the same thing. This is a little bit bigger than this guy. This is super soft synthetic, so I know I would gravitate towards this one more than this one. And then I have two of these highlight style brushes. One is the Real Technique setting brush. What are you called? Yeah, the setting brush. I use it for highlight. It works just fine for that. And then I have this Morphe M176. Pretty much the same style. This Morphe one is a little bit thinner than that Real Technique ones. There are a lot of brushes in here. These are going to be predominantly what I use and work with. I might pull more if something doesn't work with the face category. I might pull another like face brush or two, but for the most part, this is really what I'm going to be focusing on. This really has helped me narrow down my brush collection a lot more than it ever has been before. If this is going to be done next month, I will just gather all of the brushes that I'm deciding to declutter, count them up, and let you know how many brushes. Just doing this for a couple months has helped me eliminate and purge out of my collection because I have not given any of them away yet. They are all sitting in my like makeup empties for like the year. So anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, staying sane, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!